Tonight, Nigeria seals deal after deal in Türkiye. But what does this mean in numbers for sectors benefiting from these agreements?
I am Musbah Wahab from Ankara, still fresh from the 9 new agreements signed on President Tinubu's state visit to the Republic of Türkiye. We shall be looking at the prospective benefits of these agreements, and because of this bulletin, stay with us.
Nigerian government is making commitments to the immediate implementation of its side of the agreement with the Turkish government to maximize benefits of the renewed partnership. Ministers on the Nigerian delegation in company of President Bola Tinubu on the state visit to Türkiye made the commitment after signing of the agreements. State House correspondent Musbah Wahab reports.
President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Purposeful steps towards a new height in the Nigerian-Turkish relations. President Tinubu and his chief host, President Erdogan, decided on a new chapter full of pages of promises. It was after a private meeting between the two leaders and then a parallel ministerial bilateral talks. Nigerian ministers of Interior, Women Affairs, Finance, Trade, Science and Tech, among others, engaged their Turkish counterparts. Months of engagements ended up in a historic signing of 9 agreements. Both countries now have new level of cooperations in the fields of diaspora policy, media and communication, higher education, quality infrastructure, declaration establishing economy and trade joint committee, agreements on defense cooperation, Foreign Affairs Academy, and cooperation on development of women and social welfare.
We've engaged extensively, so we've been able to come out with very concrete plans on how we can be able to strengthen our family agenda of Mr. President. As part of our Family First agenda, we're trying to strengthen our social workforce. We're trying to emplace a strong social cohesion strategy that will protect not just the family unit, but in turn strengthening our communities and also provide us social and economic opportunities for our women, the vulnerable, the elderly.
With similar experiences in the fight against terrorism, Nigeria and Türkiye have decided to act immediately on their defense cooperation.
We want to see those low-hanging fruits that we'll be able to take up as quickly as possible. Both presidents have agreed that it is important that we hasten what we're doing together and make it work. And so we, on our own part, we're taking up from there. The signing of the agreements has made it very, very clear that time shouldn't be wasted. We need to move on, and that's what we want to do.
The issues we're now looking at is security, right? Coming here has also been an eye-opener. Turkey is a country that produces its defense articles. So we're trying to ensure that they also partner with DICON so that they hold DICON in a strong partnership so that DICON can also start producing locally.
And of course we have some challenges within the border space. So we believe that with the agreement today, a lot will be done in that regard. And also we also spoke about the issue of visa, ease of visa between our two countries.
And from now, the two countries are ultimately targeting a $5 billion trade volume between them.
Real commitment was made to putting in place the framework, the agreements, investment promotion and protection, double taxation treaty, as well as a JETCO, a joint economic trade committee that will work specifically to build up trade.
And Turkey has a lot of mining engineering expertise, a lot of procurement expertise, a lot of construction engineering expertise. And so we want to leverage on all of this with Turkey to come in, make investments in the solid mineral sector of Nigeria, and of course we're looking towards local value addition, which is core and is central to our own policy in Nigeria on solid minerals.
President Bola Tinubu and his Turkish counterparts commit to working the journey together towards a safer world and more prosperity for their peoples. From Ankara, Musbal Nanwahab, NT News.
Let's now join Musbal Nanwahab in Turkey for more updates on developments there. Musbal.
Thank you, Ire. The drive continues right here in Ankara, the capital of Republic of Turkey, as led by President Bola Tinubu himself. Some other ministers on ground continue with the engagement with relevant ministries, departments and agencies of the Turkish government just to maximize the benefit of this agreement. And we have with us the Minister of State Industry, Senator John Eno, to tell us the latest from what happened today. Thank you very much, Senator, for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Today we had the business forum between Nigeria and the Turkish business people. Can you tell us a bit of what transpired at that event?
Well, you know that, it's the hallmark of any presidential visit, like the state visit, is normally, the amount, of investments, the amount of trading that is able to attract, for country. So to cap the state visit, today, the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, under the auspices of the Nigeria Investment Promotion Commission, as well as the Nigeria-Turkish business roundtable, organized a business roundtable that had, in attendance lots and lots of, the Turkish businessmen and women. It also had in attendance some Nigerian companies as well.
What are the major outcomes from that event?
Well, I think that, at yesterday's high-level meeting, the commitment and the aspiration is that Nigeria-Turkish, trade volume should grow to, up to $5 billion from the present about $2.2 billion. And I think that, the outcome of today's business roundtable is that commitment by various companies, to come to Nigeria, to come to invest, to come to set up factories, to come to set up companies, and to see how they can drive trade and growth, in accordance to this aspiration.
From 2 billion, aiming at $5 billion US dollars. That's, for me, very ambitious. And again, the two presidents showed their interest regarding this. And part of the agreement is setting up of a committee, joint committee on economy and trade. Tell us how that will facilitate these targets.
Exactly. One of the MOUs that was signed yesterday was the MOU on, joint, between, the Economic and Trade Committee, between the two countries, So it's, and that MOU basically is to enable, this target. As far back as 1996, Nigeria had a trade, agreement, with Turkey, So what happened yesterday is to add, the component of economic cooperation, So when you have, the two countries have realized the fact that from 1990s to today, there are missing gaps, and these gaps need to be closed in. That's why the Economic and Trade, Committee was set up. And the contents of this have to do with the fact that the two countries have to continue to engage and to explore possibilities of seeing how they can better benefit from this cooperation and this collaboration and this partnership, economically and trade-wise.
Now, Honorable Minister, when exactly do you think Nigerians should start expecting the benefit of this renewed partnership? Because we've seen a lot of such MOUs signed. What should Nigerians expect?
Well, I think that the benefits and the results are just about immediate. We already have, Turkish companies in Nigeria. There's a particular company that has invested about $200 million and counting. And I think that they played a very great role because as of yesterday, some few bottlenecks, and missing points and all that were pointed out. And I think that an engagement of this nature clears the way for more investment to come. For example, there is the non-agreement in terms of the, common protection of mutual investments by the two countries. There's also the issue of, double taxation that has been raised. As both of these and more gets cleared up, that is how the window and the gateway is going to be open for these immediate investments to begin to flow in.
Well, Minister, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Right, Minister of State, Industry, Senator John Eno. And that is it for now. President Bola Tinubu and his host counterpart, that's President Erdogan, have said they are ready to start this journey immediately. And I think the peoples of these two countries should only be expecting what comes next.